Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't normally look like this anymore, but I used to, and that's what we're doing in today's video. What I'm doing today is I'm transforming into my old self. For those of you who don't know, have been a ballet dancer my whole life. I no longer dance. I ended up going to college, but like whatever. I remember this was a trend like a little bit ago, transforming into like your high school self. And essentially that's what I'm doing here. It's like the ultimate ballerina transformation. While I'm getting ready, I talk about different like weird quirks and habits that I have and that I gained from being a dancer. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my TikTok and my Instagram. This isn't even the final look. You have to wait till the end of the video to see that. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up? Clearly by that intro you just saw, you know what we're doing. I've written up like a list of topics and things that I want to like talk about.
So the first thing that I think of is just the insane amount of coffee and ADVIL that ballet dancers consume. Like, it is wild.
Oh my god, I look insane. I have fake tan on and did not realize how white my actual foundation is compared to this tan. Since I stopped dancing professionally and like I went to college, I've like, you know, lived a normal life for the first time ever. It makes me more and more aware of these like weird little things that I have or do or say and think nothing of it, and then I'm surprised that no one else knows. I just want to show off my t-shirt. At my high school, when we graduate, the seniors all wear their like college sweatshirts or t-shirts on the last day. And because I was not going to college, or at least I thought that I would never go to college, but whatever, I wore this shirt. A prime example of language would be biscuits. Now, we're not talking about like the food biscuits, we're talking about our feet. In ballet, the like ideal for feet is to have like super bendy, really high arches, because everything we do is like pointing our feet. And so that's like a banana foot, but then a biscuit, when your like feet aren't like beautifully pointed or like archy, like if you have really non-flexible ankles and flat feet, like you have biscuits. Doorknob buns, I've talked about this before on my channel, but you can tell the difference between a pre-pro professional level dancer and someone who's like more recreational by the way that they do their bun. Lots of practice and years of putting our hair in buns makes you like really good at it and more efficient and make prettier buns. A bad bun, or a very specific type of bun that's done poorly, is called a doorknob bun, and it's when like it just like sticks out. I'll insert a picture. It makes your lines look terrible depending on your style of training and your style of ballet. Another popular like word is claw, or like your claws, and that's your hands. For the most part, while your line is supposed to be straight, thumb tucked in, like soft wrists, a lot of the time we end up with broken wrists and we pull our claws out, and somehow that's how we're dancing. It's very like New York City ballet, balanchine style. Another common trend amongst a lot of dancers, specifically ballet dancers, is cracking everything. We pop our hips, we crack, just every part of our body starts cracking. My elbows do this like crazy crack thing. I'm not gonna do it right now, but everything from our hips, our ankles, our elbows, like all of our joints are just A, bendy, and B, the most obnoxious cracking sounds. Like our knees pop a lot, that's another one. So we have the joints of like 80-year-old people before we hit 20. Ballet is hard on the body, and like not everyone realizes that.
A popular trait that a lot of ballet dancers have is that when they're standing around casually, their feet are always turned out. People are always making comments about that to me. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
To this day, I still remain super bendy. I'm not nearly as flexible as I used to be, especially my back. My back lost so much flexibility, but like whatever. Somehow my body, after just years and years of being stretched, I prioritize stretching in my workouts a lot of the time because it makes me feel better and more like in tune with my body, but also I am just bendy. Little things like bending over to pick something up, I don't even think about it. I just sort of like bend over without bending my knees and grab something from the ground. Or if a cabinet's open, like I grabbed a glass of water, but then I have something in my hands, I'll just boop, close it with my foot and just like lift my leg up and close it. Open doors with my feet and legs. So it definitely makes things a lot easier, and I forget that not everyone can do that. Okay, the next thing. Whenever I hear any type of ballet music, I get triggered. So like a lot of big YouTubers, I know Glam and Gore, I know Sophia Nygaard, use Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, either Sugar Plum or Waltz of the Flowers in so many of their videos, and every single time I start like, either I get like really anxious and nervous because it's just my brain immediately flips a switch and starts thinking about choreography, full on just like choreography mode, and doing the choreography like in my head, with my feet, with my hands. I hate it. Holiday season, every single commercial has a Nutcracker music on in the background, and it just like drives me crazy. Like, please stop. When you do Nutcracker, you start rehearsals in like August, September, and it goes through December. The amount of hours and hours I have listened to that whole ballet's music is just too much.
Another thing related to flexibility is like the weird methods that we would do to make ourselves more bendy. Any door frame we would push our legs up against, we would use foam rollers to do our oversplits on. We would take a bike tire and like wrap it around our feet and behind our back, that way it pulls our legs behind us. We would put our legs up on a surface and then put like textbooks or like weight on our knees to push our knees backwards to like make them hyperextended. We'd have people sit on our feet to make our arches like bend more.
Now most of the eyes are done, but I always for some reason stop here and do my hair next. I don't know why. I've never like really done my bun with my hair this short. I used to always have it super long and like would never cut it because I didn't want to interfere with my hair going in a bun. I swear, from years and years of putting my hair back, I like have a receding hairline. I don't know if I should be like explaining this. This isn't like a tutorial, but if you want a tutorial, like let me know. When I was dancing, I would do my hair on the train ride to class every day, and everyone would just look at me like I was crazy. And then once it was done, they were like, oh, I get it. Because you look crazy until it's done, and then you just look bald. And then I always liked using like a liquid hairspray instead of an aerosol. Oh my god, my arms are exhausted already. Honestly, this is the worst part of it. It gets easier from this point forward. This is where we are. Now I put the pieces back. Let's keep talking about all this stuff. The next thing I wrote down for like weird things and habits is that I'm like super comfortable in my body from just years and years of wearing very tight clothing, very little clothing. I mean, a leotard and tights, you can see everything. I am just me and I am cool with that. I'm also super aware of my body. I know always when like where my center is, because like balance is such a big part of ballet. Being able to adjust where our center is, use our core, get back like on our leg is what that's called. I also know my body super well, so I know that like my left leg is stronger, my left hamstring is more flexible, but my right foot is more articulate, my right like calf is more defined, my right arch is higher, but my left ankle is more bendy. Like, very aware of everything. Honestly, I'm fine with the way this hair turned out. I will show you the bun. Not too bad. Let's finish my makeup. When I was dancing, I was exhausted at all times. Before class, I would take like a power nap in the locker room. Like, it was a lot. I would take naps in the middle of rehearsals. I would like lay down in the corner of the room and put like a leg warmer over my eyes and like pass out. For the most part, most if not all of us have had some type of weird school experience because of our crazy schedules with dance. So I know a lot of people who are ballet dancers are homeschooled. A lot of people go to like a boarding school for ballet. I personally did a couple classes online, like through like a homeschooling website, and then I did public school, but I graduated a year early and I would leave school like a period early. And then a lot of people either did not go to college at all or waited a few years and then eventually went to college. That's what I did. So schooling is just like totally different because our lives, our everything is in ballet. But when I hear about people being homeschooled, or the idea of not going to school and stuff is just like normal. I really hated high school, and so I wanted to do that, but I'm glad I went. Whatever, it was good for me, whatever. I'm so glad I graduated early though. Oh, my high school hated me for that. Like, the administration hated me for graduating early because I messed with their statistics. Because I like didn't go to college right after and I graduated early, and I like didn't take my standardized testing. I took 2 gym classes though my junior year to make up for senior year. It was that and then English, they made me double up. But like all these other classes, you really don't need that many classes to graduate high school. Found that out. And then I was always a big fan of a winged liner and a red lip for class, for shows, for everything. That was always my go-to look. Love it. So we're doing that. Oh, the lips are gonna top it off. So because I started college late, I never had to live in a dorm at college, but I have lived in dorms, and that was always at my summer intensives, which is a big thing in ballet. Every January, all the big companies around the nation host auditions, and you have to be accepted into these different programs. The age you start kind of depends. I think it's definitely like younger people are doing them now than they did. I did my first one the summer into freshman year of high school, but that's how you get seen by companies. That's how you get better training, and honestly, they're just so much fun. They're crazy though. It's not like a regular summer camp. You go there and you're dancing all day long, and then you sleep in a dorm. Now that my ballerina glam is all complete, I have to add the next accessory for my final look. This tiara I got it for when I did a dance competition. Oh my gosh. I'll show you the back. The next category of things I was going to talk about is like our crazy clothing. We wear things called like trash bag pants or trash bag shorts as warm-ups. We like wrap scarves or wear back warmers like around our like waist. Vests are super popular. Down booties, so like North Face down booties are the ones that I have. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get this shirt off easily. Later problem. Knit overalls. I always only wore 1 leg warmer ever. I never wore 2. Oh, studio jackets. Oh, one sec. Especially at auditions, but like to class, to wear around as a warm-up everyday life. We would wear our studio jackets or our company jackets. I remember at auditions, you would just like go around and you'd look at like, what summer intensive jacket are you wearing? What like studio are you from? So this was my Joffrey jacket. I still wear my knit overalls all the time. During finals week, that's all I lived in. We cannot forget tutu and pointe shoes, the 2 big things that are really like iconic for ballerinas. I have to put tights on too. Ugh, I hate pink tights. Leotard, check. Vest, check. Pink tights and pointe shoes. Pet peeve of ballet dancers is when people call them toe shoes, they are pointe shoes. Thank you. Oh, another weird thing dancers do, sit on the floor a lot. Or is that just me? But like, because we always stretch on the floor and like sit on the floor, I sit on the floor like a lot. Okay, so for this brief moment of the video, welcome to my unmade bed. So over the years, you develop your own like favorite way of wearing your pointe shoes, sewing them. Here's my pointe shoe. The last time I actually like danced in these for reals was when I was on Empire. So it's like been a hot second. Now, the final step in this transformation process. Honestly, I can tell you, I don't know if this is going to fit. Plain and simple, it's been a long time since I've worn this. This is my tutu. Okay, let's try and see if I fit into it. Oh, my butt has grown since So this is where we're at. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do the hooks and eyes behind me to close it properly. Well, apparently I have to film everything this direction because I don't have a place where I could show my full body. So this tutu definitely does not fit like at all, but you know, it's fine. Well, this is it. This is the final transformation. I have my pointe shoes, I have my tutu, I have this tiara. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this like ballet type of video, let me know. Give this a thumbs up because I can make more ballet content if you want to see it. I'll see you in the next one.